Hello and welcome to another Tuesdays at 2. Each week at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, I come on live talking about a different topic relating to executive career management. This is your show. So if you have any ideas or any comments, please put them in the comments below, or any questions regarding executive career management, dealing with executive recruiters, resumes, CVs, personal branding. The list goes on. Please put them in the comments. As I go through this presentation, I will answer them, hopefully to your liking. So my name is Martin Buckland, and I'm an executive career management practitioner. I practice across the world. So today we're talking about, the topic is my employer fails to recognize my value and contribution. My employer fails to recognize my value and my contributions. Sadly, I hear this a lot. It's very, very, very common. A lot of employers, you're just a number, you're just a dollar value, euro value, pound value on their on their ledger, and they don't appreciate what you do, what your value is, and what you can bring to the table, and how much money you make them, how much money you save them. The list goes on and on and on. So employers really need to embrace your value, your skills, your talent. But sadly, they don't. They don't respect your value. So each and every one of you listening today has a value. You have a lot more value, probably because people undersell themselves. You have a lot more value than you are really thinking you have. Don't undersell yourself. You have a vast value. So and your employer needs to recognize that. So there are ways and means to try. There's no definite way in and out of this, but there are ways to try and entice a an employer and the leadership team to recognize who you are, the value you bring to the table. What is it you bring that the other people don't bring? That's your differentiator as well. So I would suggest you prepare a document. You document all your accomplishments. Now, accomplishments can be in different shapes or forms. They can be monetary savings, or monetary boost in revenue, or whatever. Or they can be, it doesn't matter whether it's in pounds or dollars or euros. You can save the money, make the money. And then you also could be projects. You were handpicked to do this particular, or lead this particular project, or be on this committee, or be on this project. So there's a little bit of value you can add. So build a business case, build a business plan, document it. It's also good for you to really understand who you are and the value you can bring ABC company. It's also good for your career management. So if you are let go at any stage, you have these accomplishments already documented. So you need to think about, well, who are you? What is your value? What can you bring to the table? So build a very compelling business case, put it in Word, and then have it looked at by somebody else, scrutinized, because they can bring maybe some tips and tricks to you. And then organize a meeting, facilitate a meeting with your boss or your boss's boss, some decision maker who is higher than you, and have a meaningful, a constructive conversation, dialogue, because dialogue is good for you anyway. So think about placing that business plan, that business case, before somebody who is your current boss, or your boss's boss, or even the full executive team, to highlight who you are. What is your value? What can you bring ABC company, or what can you bring, or what do you bring your employer? So be bold. Don't be mild, and don't be humble. You need to sell yourself. So place this proposition verbally, preferably, before your boss or your boss's boss. Be bold. Talent is one thing that's working for you today is talent is short. So they are looking for people. They don't want to eliminate people unless they're in a downsizing mode. So this can be to your advantage. They probably don't want to lose you, but they are taking advantage of you, just like so many employers are today. So have a business case, be bold, and place it before the management team or your boss or your boss's boss, as talent is sure and you can bring a lot to the table. So really, really highlight exactly who you are. And if that doesn't work, then maybe you need to look at other avenues. What can you do? What else can you do to jog people's minds or get them stimulated about who you are, what you can bring to their what you bring to their the bottom line, etc. So if that doesn't work, go to HR and discuss it with HR. HR are a department there for you. They are the conduit between various departments, and they are also there. They are concerned if they are good at HR department. They are concerned about the welfare and the employee retention and happiness, etc. This goes on. So go to HR and show them this business case that you put before your boss's boss, or the executive team, and that didn't work. And then get their opinion on how to navigate through all that politics or complexity or whatever. So go to HR and get their opinion. And then if failing that, and hopefully it hasn't failed, you've at least got some results, you've triggered some thought in the people's minds, the decision makers' minds, then you perhaps need to think about, this is not good. They're not valuing me. They aren't recognizing me for the talent, the skills, and the accomplishments I bring them. So I want to look elsewhere. So that may be a trigger for you to prepare your resume, update your LinkedIn, and then trigger a job search, because there are plenty and plenty of jobs, all functions, all trades, all levels, everything today. So there's a shortage of talent. So I would suggest that, if this doesn't come to fruition, push comes to shove, you need to look, because you manage your career, not your employer. So if that doesn't work, then go and look around and see what start a job search, and find a company, an employer that will recognize you for your value, your work, your delivery, what you bring to the table, your talent, your accomplishments. But make sure you highlight your accomplishments with your current company quite clearly in your resume and your LinkedIn profile. And then move on. You are in charge of your career. You are the CEO of your career. So take control of your career and make sure you manage it right now. So hopefully that's given you some tips and tricks on if your employer fails to recognize your value, your talent, and what you bring to them. Because sadly, as I said in the introduction, so many people or so many companies don't recognize their employees, and that's a bad move on their behalf, because employees to recruit costs a lot of money, and if you leave, then you're going to have to they're going to have to engage somebody else, so that's going to cost them a lot of money. So that wraps it up for today. If anybody wants a free, no obligation, no sales pitch resume critique or a LinkedIn profile audit, I'm more than happy to facilitate that. And then if anybody wants further details on executive career management, please go to my YouTube channel. I am actually getting very, very close. In the next few days, I will hit 1,000 subscribers. So that 1,000 subscriber is going to get something special. Not going to tell you what it is, but so I'm going to get something special. So we're within, I think, 4 of the thousand. So that 1,000 subscriber, and I can tell on YouTube who is the 1,000th subscriber. We'll get something very special. So go to my YouTube channel. Please press the subscribe button and the bell button where you will be notified of all future videos to come. And the resume and the CV critique for free, 30 minutes on Zoom, and your LinkedIn profile audit. Unless anybody's got any comments, anybody got any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them. Next week's topic is, where are we? Next week's topic is some steps to take to get to the C-suite. Some steps to take to get to the C-suite. If you have that drive, that ambition, I can tell you how to get to that C-suite, because it's not easy, but it's a lot easier than people think. And there are plenty of positions at the C-suite because of the demographics of the C-suite currently. They're baby boomers and they are retiring in huge, massive numbers. So if anybody's got any comments, no, I don't think so. Any questions, more than happy to answer them. If not, I will see you next week for another Tuesdays at 2. But take something on board. Take what I've said today on board, and also do something this week between today and next Tuesday to manage your career. Take control of your career right now. Somebody's just come on. Aldo, thanks, Martin. You're very welcome. You're always a good listener, and hopefully you get something, just some snippet each week, Aldo, from what I say. Great. So I'm looking forward to presenting again on next Tuesday for another Tuesdays at 2, when we'll be talking about getting to that C-suite that a lot of people want to get to, but there are tips and tricks that I'm going to share, which will make it a lot easier. Still not easy, but I'm going to make it a lot smoother to get to that ambition, that goal. I will see you next week for another Tuesdays at 2. Have a great week. Happy Tuesday.